Hi guys, so this week I'm going to be showing you a small equestrian haul we have just done. There was a closing down sale, so I went and got some bits from there. So I think I'm going to keep and put away for Christmas, and others are obviously to use now. And then Lucy's going to, at the minute she's getting Wilson back into work, so she's going to just be taking him around the field, do a bit of schooling with him. And they're spending a lot of time in the paddock at the minute, as this weather is. Okay, so this is my first item that I brought. I got it from Equestrian Leisure. I actually got it in their sale. I think they're closing down. They might just be changing hands again. They tend to do that quite a lot. I paid $4.99 for it. RRP price was $24.99. It's not a named brand. We do have named brands which we obviously use for higher level competitions, that sort of thing, but this is fine for, you know, for a fiver, just riding at the yard or going out on hacks. It is a full size, brown with double colour binding around the edge, like a beige and a white. Wilson is a skewbald, so I'm sure this will look absolutely perfect with its colouring. Eventually we plan to get brown tack as well, brown saddle, brown bridle, but currently he's still in black, but I'm sure it won't matter too much. It's quite thick as well for a cheap one. The thickness is pretty good, as long as he's comfortable with it. Yeah. Decent Velcro. Yeah, so that's item number. Okay, this is item number 2. This is my absolute favourite from this haul. It is a brown leather head collar. As I said, we're trying to get Wilson into brown because he's skewbald. So again, this is for Wilson. Got it from the same place in their closing down sale. This cost me $2.99. RRP price was something like £30. So Wilson's got a really big head, so I've got him an extra full. If it's too big, then I'm just going to put a couple more holes in the necessary places just to make sure it's secure on him. It's Diamante painted piped, so you have got, just turn it around, around the edge, so kind of like the binding around the edge. This is all painted in a different colour brown, and then you've got the Diamante detail, which is on the nose and the brow band, and I'm sure it will make my already beautiful handsome Wilson look even more beautiful. So my phone beeped in the last clip and kind of put me off a little bit. So the stitching, I don't know if you can see that, my phone quality is not great, but the stitching quality on the leather is really good. There's no frayed bits, and the metal buckles and rings are like a pale gold, so it sets it off lovely. I'm sure he's going to look lovely in that. I will take pictures once I have tried it on. So item number 3, this time is for Jack. Again from Equestrian Leisure. All of this has come from Equestrian Leisure, the first few items I'm showing you. These are stable boots in a pony size, because Jack is a New Forest, and the colour black. Jack is actually a dark bay. When we got him, his previous owner had renamed him. His show name was Black Beauty, but his passport actually said that he was dark bay, so they renamed him, obviously thinking the Black Beauty didn't go with the bay colouring. So if we buy items like this, where you don't really need a colour theme going on, don't need to be matchy, we tend to go for black rather than brown on him, because he is a very dark bay. In the winter you would think when he's got all his fluff that he's completely black. In the summer you start noticing kind of more bay, browner sections around his nose. But yeah, so I've got these. Now Jack is quite old, he's coming up to 20. He was, give you a little story about Jack. When we got him, we brought him from the riding school. He'd been on a riding school previous to that, and he had come straight off the New Forest. He has got a little dimple in his bum and suffers a bit when it's cold, and in particular in the winter when it's damp, like us humans do. If you've got arthritis, you suffer a bit when the weather's not great. So he was actually hit by a car, and I mean, considering all of that, he is a fantastic little pony. He's done Lucy the world of good. He was on riding schools for years, you know, has had all sorts of people riding him, all sorts of ability. But now he's kind of later in life. Lucy still rides him, and there's a couple of kids at the yard that occasionally ride him, but he's kind of in semi-retirement. So I've got him these. These go on his legs in the stable, and they are to prevent injury, give them support when Izzles, the dog's having a little nose. She wants to know why she hasn't got anything. To give him a bit of support should he need it. And they're comfortable. Obviously, you don't keep them on all the time. It would be no good for their circulation of their blood. The Velcro is actually really tight, which is good. Sometimes on cheaper products, the Velcro is not great. I'm just going to put my phone down for a second, unvelcro it, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is it unvelcroed. Second Velcro strap has obviously got the brand name, Equestrian. You can check out their website. You used to be able to order online, but as I say, they did a closing down sale, so I don't know if they're going permanently online or changing hands or whatever. Now, these are really thick. So I'd say we probably will only really use them in the winter, and I paid £4.99 for these, and obviously you pay a lot more normally. So, you know, the fact that we're not going to use them this time of year, they're going to be put away, it's fine, it makes no difference to us. And they are, so this bit's out, it all velcros off, so you can actually, if you wanted to strip it back and wash it, horse items tend to get very hairy, there is velcro in there, and this middle padded section can be washed. So yeah, I paid £4.99 for these, pony size, black, stable. The item for my haul is a pair of boots, short riding boots for my husband. He's got quite big feet, he's size 10. We struggled to get some boots. I got these from same place, Ecuador Leisure, and they're closing down sale, and these were only a tenner. I could only get in brown, but again, matches perfectly with Wilson. These are the boots. They are waxy leather jodhpur boots. They've got a material lining, elastic inserts that stretch obviously when you put them on, and they have got a really kind of heavy, hard duty, thick sole. Tab on the back, same colour with like a beige trim to pull them on. Stitching detail on the back. It's quite good quality for just a tenner. And then, I don't know if you can really see that, but inside you've got a padded leather insole. Inside, I might have a cat, if he keeps coming this way.
Hello, cat.
These cats are literally crazy. He's paddling in the soaked hay. This is our three-legged cat. This is Buttons. Buttons. Hey. Oh, today Lucy's just going to take Wilson on a nice walk, she informs me, around the field, although based on her previous walks, inverted commas, it's probably going to be a bit of a blast. Wilson loves going for a blast around the field. and he does a steady gallop. So, but it's the first time he's really been out doing anything at all since he had his back done. He doesn't like being tacked up. He's fine being ridden, but he doesn't like being tacked up. So she's just given him a quick brush over. He needs a bit more than that, really. And then she is, going to tack him up, get on him, and take him around the farmer's field. She's also trying a new bit in him today, so it'll be interesting to see what he's like with that. Lucy, what's the bit called? Sweet Iron Snaffle. He seems to be chomping on it less than his normal one.
Little copper bits that he can roll.
So apparently it's got little copper bits that he can roll.
I don't know how to explain that.
But yeah, so she's going to try him with that. He seems to take it pretty easy into his mouth. If you look at his face, Wilson, give us your face. He's not bothered by it at all. He's just like, yeah, okay, I'm being ridden. So Lucy's going to film some of around the field, dependent on what speed she. So Lucy and Wilson are just getting ready to go out. For anyone that doesn't know what she's doing, she is checking her girth. Wilson's turning around. She's doing it up. So horses have a tendency to, Wilson, stand still, to bloat their bellies out when you're tacking them up. So quite often your girth will be loose, and your girth is the bit holding your saddle in place. So once you're on and they're not breathing out, they don't have the ability to breathe out that far, you have to tighten it up.
Not exactly the best at videoing, as I'm trying to control. There's one with one hand. Good boy. Good boy. Horse is in there, so he's spotted them. To be honest, we are going towards a tractor, so I'm like, alright. Alright, come on. Alright. Might have to put the phone down. Alright, it's a bird. Good boy.
Oh, and that was a buck. Rename you Bucky Barnes.
No, you're going to fly and change.
That was a beautiful flying change. Wilson's more interested in his dinner. Hi, Sprout. Hi. Oh my God, Wilson, you got them all out. I think he needs a harder treat ball. So this is Wilson with his treat ball. We wasn't sure what he'd make of them, but Wilson, put your foot down. Based on the amount that's on the floor down there, he knows exactly what he is doing.
There's another one of those.
It's like a little Hoover with his honey nuts. Off he goes again. Wilson's got this thing where he stands on 3 legs when he's eating. We think it's because he was starved as a baby. He's clearly not starved now. He's got hay in there, he's about to have his dinner, and he's got his treat ball, which is supposed to last him the night, but I don't think it's going to. And this is Jack with his pink, very manly treat ball. It gets a bit violent with it.
Made it a bit drier. Jump. Closer.
Is that good?